Barnaby Joyce is facing backlash from voters this morning with a news poll revealing 2/3 of people believe he should step down following his affair with a former staffer. The scandal has also hurt the Prime Minister, with Malcolm Turnbull's approval rating sliding by 5 points.
Right, let's get today's take on this with Shelly Horton from 9honey.com.au and comedian Mikey Robbins. Shelly,
Yep.
This continues to roll into its second big week, this Barnaby controversy. Are you surprised by these poll results?
No, I'm surprised it's not harsher. I say resign. The fact that he put up that marriage is, the sanctity of marriage, and he used it in the same-sex debate as, being something very precious, and he was completely dragging it through the mud at the same time. I don't think he would have been re-elected if people knew that. So I think he was re-elected on a lie. I think he needs to resign, and I think we need to get Malcolm Turnbull to stop saying sexual relations. I don't like. Just say sex. It's not sexual relations. You're not, Bill Clinton.
It's very Clinton-esque.
It's very Clinton.
It is, isn't it? Have sexual relations with animals.
Yes, I did. It was good too.
Mikey.
Well, you know he would have said that in private.
Do you think Barnaby should step down?
Look, there's an old saying in Australian politics, pull out digger, the dogs are peeing on your swag, which basically means you've already lost the argument, mate. Yeah, you can say this should be private, this should be that. It's not about right or wrong anymore. It's, mate, you've done your dash.
Yeah.
Time to go. And
Was it pull out digger?
pull out digger, the dogs up on your swag.
Wow. All right.
It was apparently the first time I heard it was in reference someone told Bill Hayden before Hawke rolled him for the leadership of the Labor Party.
Right. Oh, wow.
It's a great old saying, though, isn't it?
I like that, Mikey.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Former Treasurer Joe Hockey, let's stay in the politics, who crusaded against foreign investors, is now, according to the Daily Telegraph, trying to sell his multi-million-dollar Sydney mansion to Chinese buyers. You see, he's advertising the property on a special foreign website. But this morning, he hit back on Twitter, labelling the Daily Telegraph story as silly. He then retweeted that, I can tell you, about 20 minutes ago himself. That's had 2 retweets so far. I think both of them are Joe. Mikey, what do you think about this? Double standards?
Well, actually, I'm a little bit torn on this when you say double, because my weekend job is I actually hang around Joe's house as a fill-in Joe Hockey.
Stunt hockey.
Yeah, as a stunt hockey, I sort of wave to Chinese people from the pool saying, it's good, please buy.
Yeah.
Look, in that price range he's at, and geez, that's a lot of dough.
money.
Yeah.
We know it's a limited market. As in, when we say limited market, we have to get people overseas.
Right.
I disagree. Completely disagree. I mean, the fact that Joe Hockey actually said, and I'll quote it, foreign ownership of real estate, quote, raises significant issues ranging from national security to potential criminal activity. You can't say one thing and do another. When are these politicians going to learn that you have to follow through? If he has been not follow through, you have to absolutely be true to what you say. If you're saying that foreign ownership of Australian property is a danger, you can't then say, except my house because I want to make a lot of cash.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
OK, well, let us know what you think on Facebook and Twitter.
You guys stay with us, because when we come back, from dropping your phone on your face to sending it for a swim in the toilet bowl, we're going to check out the biggest phone fails right after this.
Well,
Now,
here we go.
If you, like the rest of the country, were watching Married at First Sight last night,
Yes.
then you would have seen this.
Earlier in the week, Davina and I got chatting, and we decided to catch up for a drink and just talk about, what's happening with you and I, and that she wasn't happy with Ryan. Davina told me that she was kind of into me, and that maybe if things didn't work out with you and I, there might be something there. And
this is before I kind of can see you for who you are now. For you to tell me that you're into me and have a talk with me last night, tell me that, you're going to sit here and talk to Tracy and tell her that it's not happening, you really like me.
I have to give respect to Tracy.
You haven't respected her at all.
Okay. Last night, chatting with you, okay, it made me really appreciate what I have with Tracy.
Okay.
Wow, there is so much to unpack there.
There is. So basically, Dean and Davina were contacting each other
Yeah.
Essentially, the word affair has been bandied around, which
Yeah.
David and I are talking about what constitutes an affair, Shelly.
Yeah.
This is what I would call an emotional affair because they didn't actually sleep together, but they met up in private. They were sending sexy texts to each other.
Sexties.
When they did meet, there was a bit of touching of legs. They didn't kiss. They didn't take it that final step. But to me, if you do that, would you do that in front of your partner? If you wouldn't act that way in front of your actual partner, that
Dee's
means
from
it's
Sydney.
an affair. Dee's from Sydney. Everyone sleeps around in
you
Sydney.
know that we're all
Come on.
swinging.
I think
like
it's-
swinging Sydney.
Yeah.
Really?
What-
I've
I've got to say, the way that the rest of the group reacted to it shows how society reacts to it because they were gobsmacked, angry, and didn't want a part of it. So that shows where the standards are.
So what constitutes an affair, do you think, from that's one perspective, from another perspective then?
Well, I think we said, anything you wouldn't do in front of your partner, unless, of course,
Yeah.
your partner's involved, and it is Sydney, so...
It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
It's great. It is a fine line. I think...
Because who's the victim here? Because they're both a part of it, and then she flips, goes, well...
I can see you
for who you are now.
Yeah, well, I think one of his problems is the hair gel is actually getting into his brain.
Yeah.
We can see that. Look, you say what constitutes an affair? I think deep down inside we all know. It doesn't need to be verbalised. If you're feeling uncomfortable, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
It's that
Meanwhile,
simple.
Tracy,
Yeah.
basically, why would you take him back?
Yeah, the innocent people in this are Tracy and Ryan.
Tracy and Ryan are the ones that are the victims. There's no chance you'll describe Davina as a victim, even though she's doing the dry cry.
Dry cry.
Dry cry.
So I've got to ask, so how many of these people are running for National Party pre-selection?
I know, right?
Well, I tell you what,
the politics math connection.
We are going to speak to Ryan very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere. But Mike and Shelly, great to have you both on. That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so more on this. We're going to be speaking to Married at First Sight's Ryan. Like we said, he joins us live right after this for the final verdict.